Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Nathan and I don't care, I'm gaming. So, last time we caught gouging fire. Kinda like a yeah, cool. But in addition to that, we also caught B the Weasel. I'm gonna change that name. And as you can see, she is shiny. That was more than I could hope for. Like any shiny on screen, like I just got speechless there. And Weasel, not one of my favorites, but if it comes to a shiny, I'm all over it. I love shiny Pokemon. As much as I love Pokerest, Pokerest and shiny is great. So we have Weasel, pretty standard stuff. Uh, Relaxed nature, yeah. Met at Area 0. Met 14, yeah. Don't worry about the date. I'm actually recording this the day that it. I'm recording this the day the epilogue released. I'm doing it all in one sitting. I just changed the internal clock on my Switch to change out the outbreaks and raids that you can do. But yeah, I guess I should change that back soon. But man, I think my thought process for Weasel being shiny was it just shocked me because you know one, shinies are rare, and two, depends on what shiny it is. It's like the lighting can just really mess up everything. Like I thought it was weird lighting until I got a closer look at it. As you can see, my Weasel over here, if she could get in position, it's just is more golden in color. But when I first spotted her, I was like far away, and it's like, wait, is it just the weird lighting on the water and the sun? It'd be weird, but I guess it wouldn't be too out of touch. But yeah, I guess so. Anyway, I was just blown away by that. Sorry. Um. So, like with all my shinies, I'm going to take care of this one, and well, I want it to naturally evolve into a float soul, so I don't think we're gonna do that, but we will evolve it this episode. Don't get me wrong. Uh, First I'm gonna. So I've done a really funny thing, where I used a Pokemon with Soak against one of the other legendaries. I think it was like Ting Lu or something like that. And I caught it in a netball like the next turn. It was really funny. So I think that's what I'm gonna try to do with this thing. Raging, yeah, Raging Bolt. Sorry, trying to remember all the names. And of course, I put Flamigo and the Dunsparce back into the PC to rest. This is Reflex, sorry. Oh, actually, I should probably give B the Quick Claw. Yeah. Alright. But aside from that, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I forgot to say that at the start of my other video. I think I forgot. I'm sorry, I'm just still reeling back from that. I'm still reeling back from the shock of finding a shiny. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna, yeah, basically what I just said, we're gonna soak this thing and see if a netball can work on it. Now, hopefully it doesn't do anything outrageous like kill us. Because first we gotta have to obviously do the mandatory quick ball. Yep. Thunderclap? What the heck is Thunderclap? Okay, hopefully... Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I thought that would be a possibility. Okay, I'm not too set on the netball thing. So, that's fine. That is fine. I'm looking at this team and it is not fantastic for going up against this thing. An electric type. I wonder what the thought process behind these Pokemon were. Like, clearly they were made from dinosaurs, but the original trio are based on dogs, aren't they? Doesn't Dragon Hammer have recoil damage? Or am I thinking that? I guess I was thinking that incorrectly. Anyway. Yeah, what? I'm just curious about the thought process. It's just odd to me. Ooh, perfect Yanma. Uh-oh. Not Yanmega. Because dinosaurs, sorry. Dinosaurs and dogs. Like, there are other prehistoric well, I guess Raikou was already based on the saber-toothed tiger, wasn't it? Alright, just for the shits and giggles. Or the gigs and shiggles, I apologize. Are you serious? Really? That was a joke. Wow, wow. We didn't even get to soak this thing and it's still caught in the netball. Wow. Yeah, it was destiny. It was destiny. It is said to incinerate everything around it with lightning launched from its furs. Very little is very little is known about this creature. Really, a netball? I wasn't even serious with that. That was weird. Alright then. Well, now I'm just kind of... Oh, well, Golduck is just stuck in the wall. Well, now I'm just kind of... Oh, Jesus. I had a little mini heart attack because the lighting on Masquerain looked so weird. I was like, no way is that shiny. It was not. It clearly was not, but I'm not too familiar with Masquerain shinies, so I didn't know. Jesus. Okay. I'm gonna meet up with Perrin again, see if she has anything to say about this. But yeah. God, I lost my train of thought again. I'm sorry. Sorry about Raging Bolt. Yeah, the process, like, I know they're clearly based off dinosaurs, but like, it's also weird to me that they even made these Paradox Pokemon from a lore standpoint, you know? Because the original three, Raikou, Suicune, and Entei, were said to be reincarnated or revitalized Pokemon from, you know, the era of when... Hold on. The era of when, you know, Ho-Oh and the towers burned. So it's weird that these Pokemon, in particular, got new forms. But maybe the revitalized Pokemon that were revived by Ho-Oh were ancestors of these Pokemon. That would be my best bet. What? Nathan, that Pokemon, isn't that the Pokemon from the picture? That's a real-life gouging fire. Just look at the shape of his head. There are rumors that say this fellow can make magma erupt from the ground just by roaring. Ha! Huh. If that were true, then this thing would be a real fearsome threat to face. Now let me just take a couple of photos here. Actually, that does remind me, we didn't take a photo with Carmine, Kieran, and the rest of the game, did we? I thought we would have done that, because that would have been neat to see. But I guess that's a real shame. This could mean the other Pokemon I show you is real too, right? Report back to me if you find it. Well, you're not gonna have to wait long. What? Nathan? That Pokemon. A real Raging Bolt? That neck is... Boy, that neck. It's almost too much to fit into one frame. Rumor has it that this fellow could cover the whole sky with dark clouds and bring lightning crashing down just by swinging that long neck. Like, that's kind of silly to think about, honestly. Ha! If that were true, then this thing would be a real fearsome threat to face. Now, let me just snap a couple of photos here. All she did was take our photo. Well, I can't even be surprised. That's just like you, Nathan. Between you and me, I was having a hard time focusing on my own work. I just couldn't keep my mind off these photos. You saved me. I know I didn't promise any rewards or anything, but I've got to thank you for putting the mystery to rest. Here you go. A sport ball? Huh. A special Pokeball that was used... Oh! Okay, that's neat. It's wild how much mystery is left in the world, isn't it? When you're a kid, you can just run wholehearted wherever you want. It's not so easy when you get older. Yeah, tell me about it. You keep running, Nathan. Find unknown Pokemon, have grand adventures, do it for me. And now I think I'd better get back to work. Yep. Oh. I know, well, Pam wasn't really that important to the overall story of the DLC, but I really like her. I hope we see more of her, like, in the future sometime. She just seems like a really likable character. Well, anyway, I guess we should just take these Pokemon out for, Actually, let's have a little look here. Wow, he is big. And slow. Yep, just... Okay. Oh, nice. I like okay, I'm not gonna keep calling it Raging Bolt, so I'm just gonna call it Raikou, okay? I like Raikou's general design more. Like, it was silly when it was first revealed, but the more I look at it, the more I think it does have a lot of great inspirations. I feel like with the Entei one, they just slapped on whatever, you know, like a giant mask on it, and, you know, that was the end of it. And of course, Walk and Wake Suicune. That one's already pretty decent, so I won't. So yeah. Yeah, I think Raging Bolt, Raikou, Raging Bolt, whatever you want to call it, might be my favorite of the new three. And of course, I know there's the Violet ones too, but I don't have Violet, so couldn't tell ya. But anyway, yeah, that was my little spiel about that. Okay, let's get to evolving Buizel. Yeah, well, I guess the easiest way to do that would be, well, hold on. Yeah, the easiest way to do that would be finding, yeah, a Pokemon that we could do that against. Nice. Or not nice, not nice. Well, what I wanted to do was... Yeah, that is a problem. Yeah, what I wanted to do was do the surprise back thing. Yeah, that's not a lot. You know, when you catch your Pokemon off guard by getting it at the back. But, yeah, I didn't think that through, apparently. But overall, I guess I could use this time to give my overall thoughts on Scarlet and Violet. Alright, so I know I gave the whole Scarlet Violet spiel like during the finales of the respective, base game and then DLC. But like together, what is it? Alright, my feelings on the base game remain unchanged. Well, not, yeah, basically. Uh, I love the story, love the characters. And of course, the issues that I have about it are the issues that everyone has about it. Frame rate issues and terrain battle issues, both of which are big problems. Now, in the grand scheme of things, do I think they are good games? Yes, for the most part. Wow, those are big execute. Wow. Even I can tell that. Yeah, for the most part. I think the Pokemon, which are obviously the crowning achievement of these games, are some of the best Pokemon we've had in a while. And I don't say that with like Venom against Sword and Shield, or what was the previous one? Sun and Moon. Because I like those Pokemon too. But the Pokemon that came out this generation were also pretty good. Like Flamigo, I love Flamigo. Darkspoon, the Dunsparce this generation gave us the Dunsparce. Of course, there are also Pokemon that I didn't use on my team. Like Golden Go. Golden Go is ripping up the meta right now. Of course, you have Ogerpon. Ogerpon is fantastic. A real sweetheart. And then you have the legendary Pokemon like Koraidon and Miraidon. Also good. Wow. I was looking at that Charmander, thinking it was a shiny Execute, because I know what shiny Execute looks like. It's a bunch of golden eggs. Sorry, I'm still on edge. Yeah, like, generally, I really do like the Pokemon that came out of this. The, okay, so the gimmick about this, the Terrestrial gimmick, I think, I wasn't too keen on it when it was first revealed. Over time, I got more used to it, and it did open up more possibilities for strategy and whatnot. More so than I would think for Gigantamaxing or whatever that was. And Z moves were even more limited. Jeez, but Aqua Tail is okay. Well, takedown is whatever, but fine. Oh, it has Rocket. That's fantastic. Well, there we go. But yeah, I guess. Oh, there we go. Yeah, terrestrializing perfectly fine now. I think it might actually be my second. Wow, shiny Floatzel is way more gold than I thought. Yeah, nice. Alright, let's go ahead and teach Floatzel something more useful. Liquidation. Wow. Okay, Floatzel seems to be an attacker, not a special attacker. So we're just gonna go get rid of Hydro Pump. And we gotta get rid of Aqua Tail and Soak too, man. Like, Soak is... I wouldn't say terrible, but I wouldn't say it's fantastic either. Because it's a very situational move. And then Aqua Tail is just unreliable when not using Ice Fang, I gotta tell you. But anyway, yeah, Terrestrial, fine. Pokemon, pretty good. Story, fantastic. I love the story. Like, just the different changes in how it all works out. For like the three rivals, oh man, it's really good. And then of course you have issues with raids and frame rate issues. Oh jeez, man, those are big issues. But overall, my feeling, really do enjoy Scarlet and Violet. I do think they're really good games for the most part. An overall 7.5 out of 10. I would say the funny number, but I won't. And by funny number, I mean like 7.8 out of 10, not the other one. But so the DLC, in conjunction with that, still the same issues, but then you have Kieran and Carmine, who were entertaining. The story with Kieran and being all, you know, emo wasn't fun. It just wasn't fun. It really just wasn't. And I wish Carmine did have more of a role aside from being, you know, the obsessive sister. Like, I wish she got more of a role. Okay, I wish the Teal Mask was Kieran's story, while Indigo Disc was Carmine's story. That's what I'm saying. But it was basically just mostly focused on Kieran. Which, it turned out fine, but it just wasn't as fantastic. I want to teach this thing. I want to teach Full Soul Ice Punch. For no discernible reason other than I think that'd be fun. But, yeah. In terms of like the Pokemon they introduced, like Arcaludon and Dipplin, yeah, I like them. Like, of course, when you use Pokemon on your team, yeah, obviously you gotta start liking them, unless they're like really bad, or you just don't have that kind of empathy or something like that. But yeah, you had the other Pokemon that were introduced during the DLC, like Poltergeist, I guess. Which, yeah, I guess Poltergeist is fine. It's just that Sinistea and Poltergeist. I was trying to remember for some reason. I just already didn't like it. Like, it's weird that they gave attention to a Pokemon that already just came out recently. I know that also applies to Duraludon and Applin. But that one's to think about. But I don't necessarily like. It feels like Duraludon really did need that like more time in the sun, with it having with its main thing, Gigantamax, and taken away from it. And Appleton and Flapple are just not fantastic overall. While Poltegeist and the other one, Sinistea, just don't have. Jesus. Like, I'm not sure how they are in terms of popularity or use in competitive, but they just. I don't know. I remember back when Sword and Shield were being advertised that they drew a lot of attention toward them. That's what I'm saying. Like, did they really need more attention drawn to him? And yeah, I know technically Poltergeist and Poltegeist, not Poltergeist and the other one are completely new Pokemon. But in a way they aren't, because they're still connected to the Pokemon that they're based on, you know? But aside from that, yeah, I would give the Indigo like, yeah, buy it or don't. But yeah, it feels like that Scarlet and Violet alone are fine. If you add the DLC to it, well, I guess it's fine, but you don't need to. You don't. They are nice to have. Don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun with the DLCs. But in the end, Scarlet and Violet base game are pretty fine on their own. Like, no real need to expand upon those. Aside from if you want more Pokemon and want more bang for your buck, and you will get your bang for your buck for the DLC. Because it is worth the price. $35 for both both parts and an epilogue. Yeah, I felt like I got my money's worth. Because it's not just the addition of the old Pokemon, as well as new Pokemon alongside it. It is more, it is, yeah, a larger adventure, as well as, you know, just an overall feeling of, you know, having this grander scaled world to you. Because with the island, well, I can't really say. With Sword and Shield, I know it was more contained within that one region, which is completely fine. I'm fine with that. But with this, you got to explore outside the region. You got to go to Unova, because this is technically a Unova Academy, and Kitakami, wherever that is. I can't remember where that was, but yeah. But overall, Scarlet and Violet plus the DLC, I would say is like an 8.5 experience. Because just about everything about them are good, aside from some gameplay aspects. But yeah, that's just where I stand. Overall, Scarlet and Violet might be my favorite games in a long time. Like Sword and Shield were, I'll just say it, not good. They weren't. Sun and Moon were good, but they had some serious flaws to them, like all Pokemon games do. And then X and Y honestly just got a little too over the top for me in a lot of aspects. And then Black and White are pretty much my favorite games of the series. But you know, that's still a long time. But yeah, I'm sorry for just going on and on about this, because you know, this series does mean a lot to me, and it's great to see when they innovate more stuff, like in terms of story, gameplay, hardware. They didn't do it particularly well for the latter in these DLCs, but you know, yeah, you gotta take blows and hits wherever, I guess. Too much. But yeah, I guess that'll be it for our little escapades into Paldea and the Sword. So anyway, thank you for joining me this entire series. Yep, this will be our last episode. It was fun. It really was. I enjoyed talking to you. I enjoyed catching Pokemon and raising them alongside you. And even though I can't hear you, I can still be there, I guess. But anyway, thank you for joining me this time. I've been... Hold on, is that Zangoose and Survivor fighting? Oh, well. Like, I know the lore between them is so fun, but I think they might actually be fighting. I don't think I've seen that before. No, go away, go away. Go! Ah, Jesus! That jump scared me. That actually jump scared me. Anyway, sorry. I've been Nathan, and I don't care about this point. Goodbye, and until next time, on whatever game I choose next. Okay, yeah, now this is goodbye.